State. I'm interested, though, general impressions, your top storylines, and let's start with you, Gerry, in Indiana.
Well, I think the top storyline with Indiana has to be that Nate Sudfeld is back. I mean, he was hurt last year. It set the program back, obviously. But Tevin Coleman is gone. But Sudfeld is poised to have his best season. Jordan Howard, the transfer from UAB, has over 2,000 career yards. He's going to be a guy that's really going to help him. Can they get some help on the flank? I think, you have to be explosive offensively when you're at Indiana. It looks like, obviously, they've got everything but the flank right now.
I think when you think about Maryland, obviously defense has to improve. Now, they've changed schemes. They were a 3-4 that's 3 defensive linemen. Now they've gone to the 43 in hopes of really trying to elevate their run defense, particularly. It was giving up almost 200 yards of rushing yards per game.
How about Michigan? What does it look like when the sub comes to the surface? Better quarterback play, for sure, I think. Better offensive line play, for sure, I think. A lot of multi-tight end formations that they'll have ready for Utah. A defense that was really good last year but improved, and a head coach that wears khakis and the headset.
I think Michigan State, though, you know about the no-fly zone. You go back to the game versus Oregon. You think about Baylor early. This is where there was a lot of confusion, and I think this is the area that they have to continue to improve. Now, Michigan State, from a defensive standpoint and an overall team, has become one of those teams that we look at competing for a championship, so we nitpick them.
Ohio State, I mean, how much more can we talk about the quarterback play? I'll be surprised if JT doesn't start. I'll be surprised if Cardell doesn't play against Virginia Tech. We've all talked about complacency. It'll be interesting to see if some of the negative things, the injuries, the suspensions, doesn't help them get past complacency because they're hungry.
Well, there's no complacency at Penn State, but what there is a problem with is being able to protect that man, Christian Hackenberg, last year allowing 44 sacks. So this offensive line must improve, has to improve if they want to win more games. You got to be able to keep this guy upright because he is a difference maker for your program.
Rutgers, one of the storylines, again, like on a lot of campuses, was the quarterback battle. Hayden Reddy will start, but he's starting. Part of the reason is because Laviano was suspended, which is a bad thing for a quarterback to do when he's in a quarterback competition. So the question remains, is it still a competition? Does Laviano go in the first play of the second quarter after his suspension is over? So we still really don't know who won the quarterback competition, and we won't know probably until after the first quarter.
A little bit more insight into that coming up as we go around the Big Ten, but I'm interested